Hey guys, welcome back to MJ Gooner Podcast right here for the post-match review. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0. What a game. I wasn't expecting winning against Man City at all, if I'm being fair. Because for the past 12 games that we play against Man City, we have been losing. We lost. We lost the last 12 meetings that we had in the league. But of course, it's a different story when you talk about cup ties. We beat them a couple of times. But in the league, I think that one is much more important than anything else in this world. I think this is a big statement from Arsenal Football Club that, we have improved. We've come a long way, right? Last season at home, we lost to Man City 3-1, away 4-1. So in aggregate, we lost 7-2, right? And this year, we did not allow Man City to take any chances. Except the first 5 minutes is a little bit shaky from Arsenal, but since then, I think they only registered less than 5 shots, right? And that's how good the Arsenal midfield had been throughout the whole game. And the fact that beating Man City in over 6 years, it's just incredible. I remember the last time we beat City was probably, the Christmas time where we beat them 2-0. Walcott and also Giroud scoring. That was pretty much my last memory that I had that they beat Man City. But since then, every time you travel to Etihad or every time when you play against Man City, you're going to have a bad feeling. The majority of the time, we're just not going to win it against Man City. When you look at other clubs as well, Spurs had a pretty good record against Man City, right? They beat them last season. Brentford last year did not lose to Man City in both ties. And Wolves beat Man City 2-1 last game. And you thought, so teams like this somehow didn't lose to City. But for us, we have a very good team. We have been beating other teams throughout the majority of the campaign for the past few years. And how come Man City is the only club that we couldn't beat? And on the other hand, when you look at Man City, they will be more fearful in terms of playing against teams like Brentford or Wolves, Spurs. But every time when they play against Arsenal, then they will think that those games would be much easier to control, easier to dominate. And yeah, I'm just so happy right now because I wasn't expecting us to win at all. I said it in the last post-match review against Lens, and I thought I'm not too confident about it, but at the same time I wouldn't be too disappointed because everybody just kind of sees it coming. But the fact that today we came in here at home, with a big crowd cheering, with the determination that we had, and even though without the likes of Bukayo Saka, our star boy, and we still somehow find a way to beat Man City. They're a good team, but I think for the past few games they show a little bit of, shakiness without Rodri and also Kevin De Bruyne. I don't care if any of you guys think that or say that, oh, you guys beat City because you don't have Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne and wait until they, wait when they come back. But honestly, none of the Arsenal cares. We don't care. The fans don't care. It's just your opinion. If there's a game to win, we have to win. When you were blaming about, Rodri would have probably killed your whole midfield, it wouldn't, if he didn't try to kill or strangle or choke Morgan Gibbs-White, then we will have a different topic today, but that's not. And this is exactly the moment that we need. We need to take advantage when the other team showing a bit of, shakiness, and we did it perfectly today. And I'm really happy and proud of the scoreline today. 1-0. Even though we didn't really have a lot of shot on target, neither did City. But the fact that we go over the edge just a little bit shows that, we're being serious. I know we don't have the best start of the campaign so far. Well, in a way, we do. But in terms of the way how we played the football, has been different. I mean, it's not as convincing as last year, but this year it's different. I'm still happy that we might not be playing our best football, and we still somehow find a way to win it. And that's what a proper champion looks like. Well, I'm not saying that we are going to be a champion, but we have that type of symptoms. So going before the game, there's a lot of rumors going around who's going to be fit. Martinelli could be in the squad. Thomas Partey, it's starting ahead of Havertz and playing a double pivot between Partey and also Rice. And there's also moments saying that Bukayo Saka is listed in the England squad, which means he might be cleared to play for England, which means he'll be cleared to play for Man City. Well, guess what? He's not featured today. And I saw multiple reports, multiple sources saying that, Bukayo Saka is in contention or it's about to start the game. But guess what? Today, without him, and we still somehow beat Man City. It shows that, we cannot just rely on him to win games. We have to rely on other players as well. And Bukayo Saka, I think he broke his, consecutive games played, I think 87 today. You know what? I would rather him rest well, come back stronger than having a 30%, 50% fit Bukayo Saka, because I just don't think it's going to help him in the long-term run because, again, he's been playing around 150 games already, but if you put a 22-year-old and playing 150 games already in his career, it's not going to do him good in the future. Same as Kieran Tierney, to be honest. He played a lot for Celtic when he was like 18, 19, 20, and right now he just can't sustain himself. So I'm glad in a way that Arsenal, decided to not put Bukayo Saka out there today, because it's gonna do him good in the future, and we just need to find ways to win the game without him. And it has to be this way, right? We cannot always rely on one player to win games. We have to rely on other players today. And guess what? The second player that we rely on today to win us games is Martinelli. This guy's a game changer. Not just him. Tomiyasu, Havertz, and also Partey. They all game changers today. When you look at the goals that we score in the 86th minute, the last minute winner, think about it. Partey had the ball. Tomiyasu making that darting run in the middle, kind of opened up the defense a little bit, heads it to Kai Havertz, controlled it, kind of off balance a little bit, and gives it to Martinelli. Take a first time shot, hits the deflection, hits the head of Nathan Ake, and we score. Yeah, I know it's lucky. We need a little bit of luck to win some games, and today is one of them. And yeah, we were lucky to score that goal. But the fact that, those substitutions allowed Arsenal to make those possibilities or create those opportunities are immense. Partey, Tomiyasu, Havertz, Martinelli, those four players came on today to replace the original starting lineup today. And think about it, without changing any of them or substituting any of the players that we had on the pitch, we wouldn't have opportunities like that. And I know a lot of people would be saying that, Zinchenko is better than Tomiyasu, but you know what? Two different players. I know two of them can play as a left back, but in terms of how they operate in the Arsenal system, it's just different. Zinchenko is the player who will control possession for you. Good passing, right? Tomiyasu offers that stability at the back as well. And guess what? Nobody would imagine that Tomiyasu will be in that position. No chance. When you look at Tomiyasu attacking record, he's not good. Let's be honest. He wasn't good against Lens. There's one time where he could have crossed on the right hand side, but hits one of the players, and you thought, wow, you know what? Tomiyasu might not be a very good attacking player, but defensively he is immense. But today, just that little run to the middle, it's already enough to win us game, and we did that. So let's talk about the starting lineup a little bit. I know I kind of skip over to the goal, but we'll go back into it again. So starting lineup, I'm very surprised seeing Riot taking spot, taking goalkeeper spot once again. I felt like, at first I felt like this game, Ramsdale should have had his name written all over it. I mean, I don't think Riot had a good game against Lon, so I thought Ramsdale might be coming back in, but not today. Riot still starting to go. Back four is pretty much the same. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and also Zinchenko in the middle. I was anticipating some changes, but wasn't thinking about that change. Jorginho, along with Declan Rice, and then you have Odegaard at the attacking midfielder, Jesus on the right, Eddie up front, and also Trossard on the left. The only thing that I thought is going to make changes was Thomas Partey replacing or playing alongside with Declan Rice, and Havertz will be playing as the center forward. And Eddie played today. And I think Eddie was fine, nothing spectacular. You can still see that he still looks pretty raw in games like this. And there are a few times where I felt like Eddie could have, he had pretty good touches in the box, but I think the fact that he turned or what he wanted to do in the box was a little bit slow at times. And he didn't do anything bad, didn't do anything spectacular, keeping all the simple basics. He did that, showed some bit of a good hustles here and there to close down the defense, passing lane. And the first 5 minutes, I thought, I thought we are not going to have ourselves a good day at all. Not in a million miles. I mean, when you look at the first 5 minutes, City had the ball the majority of the time, right? Swinging crosses in the middle, and we tried to play out from the back. Raya in the first half was really, really bad in terms of its distribution. I don't know how that chance came from, but it was coming from Erling Haaland. The ball clears it, and then Erling Haaland sets it off to Nathan Ake, and he hits it over the bar. And that was the chance where I thought, wow, if City somehow found a chance like this within 5 minutes of the game, then how can Arsenal fans could endure for the rest of the games, right? I mean, I don't want to sit here and watch Arsenal getting battered by Man City, just playing swings of crosses to Erling Haaland, sets it up to whoever's around him and taps one in, right? I don't quite want to see that. But thank God that wasn't the case, because defensively we have been immense. And honestly, talking about Declan Rice, he's not a person who will assist you or giving you some goals, but the fact that he wins a lot of duels today. Not just him. Defensively, Zinchenko was amazing. I mean, today, technically, is the best defensive game I've seen from Zinchenko by a million miles. I would rather have this version of Zinchenko compared to last season against Liverpool. But Saliba, Gabriel, both of them just took care of Erling Haaland nicely. Well, right now, who's the daddy now? Two daddies against Erling Haaland. Ben White on the right was immense today. I know at times where we just couldn't really get into the rhythm of the game, right? Because we just don't have the outlet that we have. It's not like Jesus playing in the middle or Saka on the right. We're not playing that at all. Instead, there are times where Raya would give the ball away a few times and almost get caught by Julian Alvarez. But at one point, Raya just keep clearing the ball to the opposition half, and then we have to defend again. So we keep doing that for pretty much the majority of the first half. Can't really remember the last time where we actually registered a shot. Even though it was a shot, it was it wasn't even a good chance at all. Maybe the chance that I could think of was Eddie going for the curl, but instead kind of went straight. That was support from Eddie. Could have done better. He should be disappointed with himself, not at least hitting the target. And then, Trossard was not doing well. I felt like a few times where he could have probably just pulled the trigger. He didn't. Instead, we just kind of keep passing the ball around. I felt like we need to take our chances at times. Like we need to take the opportunities, whether it's outside the box, even though you're not quite of a long shot taker. But creating those little opportunities just by trying to go for goal, don't care whether if if the ball was deflected. But still, it's just terrifying to see, right? Second half, the most anticipating substitution. Actually, before that, talking about Jorginho, I think Jorginho had a pretty good game today. He gave up a yellow card in the first half. In the first 10 minutes, I thought, oh no, is this how we're going to be? Right? Like having Jorginho on the booking, and then right now everybody is just going to attack, Jorginho. We don't know. And then there's another one with the Kovacic. The first one's definitely a yellow card for sure. Is that possible foul play? I wish, but compared to other standards in the Premier League, we have seen challenges like that and got away with it without a card or yellow card or even a red card. And Kovacic, second one, I think he caught him, yes, a little bit, but I don't think there's any intent of it. You can see that he was kind of, even though there's like a follow through, but he was trying his best not to, do the follow through. You can see that. Second half, Martinelli coming on. I think everybody was expecting him. Pretty much we're lacking that type of, sprinter, that burst of pace in the game. Jesus is fast, but not as fast as Martinelli. It's not as fast as Reece Nelson as well. I think in the team we have two players who are extremely fast. And both of them are not, starting for Arsenal. And that's why I felt like Man City could somehow control the game because of that. Much more easier. Martinelli came on, created a few chances, crosses in the middle, even though it doesn't quite hit the target, but he is creating opportunities. And there's one shot on target straight at Ederson, and at one point we just felt like, can't really, get a lot of stuff happen in the second half. We have quite a lot of touches in the box, but I would really want to see Arsenal able to at least take a few shots in the box, whether if it's not a clean shot, even though you don't have the greatest of position of trying to trying to line that up for a shot, but at least just try to go for goal. Like, who knows? That's what I'm talking about. You see sometimes Jesus dancing on the right, left, and the ball somehow just kind of got kicked out again, and we gotta reset our tempo. And then pretty much nothing amazing happened. I think both sides shows a bit of, a bit of brightness. But until the substitution came in, Havertz came on, Tomiyasu came on, Partey came on to replace Eddie, Jorginho, and also Zinchenko. And honestly, I'm kind of expecting losing this game, but I wouldn't even mind getting away this game with a win, with a draw. But making those changes, I felt like, I felt like we might be onto something. At least right now, our substitutions can make an impact. And they did. And that's where the goal came from, right? Those four players who came on off the bench, they all line it up for a goal in the end. Partey, Tommy, Havertz, Martinelli, and boom. The goal, even though it didn't hit Nathan Ake's face, I think Ederson would have probably just saved that one pretty easily. But again, you're talking about chances. You just got to go for it. We've been waiting for chances like that. Imagine Martinelli didn't shoot. I'll be very, very mad and disappointed because we've been looking for chances like that. And we did it. We won it against Man City. First time in 6 years. First time after 12 meetings. I'm so proud. I wasn't expecting us to win at all. And the fact that winning without Bukayo Saka is another statement where, you thought the captain of the ship is down, but you know what? You have Martinelli coming off the bench just to provide the exact impact what Saka can do. And Martinelli, I didn't even realize it, scored his first goal in 12 games across club and countries. And this is what Arsenal's about. This is how Arsenal evolved from last season to this season. It's the fact that we are adding more impact players into the game. And we did that. They're not just reserve bench players, but they came on and always make an impact no matter what. And we did it. No matter how much I wanted to score another goal to kind of climb on top at the top of the league table, but I'm sure Spurs scores more goals than Arsenal. That's why they are at the top of the league at the moment. But we level on points with Spurs, and how sweet you can say that we have beaten Man City for the first time in 12 meetings, 6 years. Thank you guys for watching or listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Do all the good stuff to the channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.